to this Markets.com country profile of the People's Republic of China. I'm your host, Luisana Swegard. Thank you for tuning in. China is the world's most populated country with just over 1.3 billion people. Their currency, the renminbi, or RMB, is measured in yuan and is currently valued at 6.8 yuan to the US dollar. Let's take a look now at China's economy. China is a highly industrialized country with leading industries in mining and ore processing, machinery and armaments, consumer products, petroleum, chemicals, and transportation, among others. As for cash flow, China's current account balance is at $0.3 trillion. Major exports total $1.2 trillion and include machinery, electrical products, data processing equipment, textiles, steel, and mobile phones. Meanwhile, imports total over $900 trillion and consist of machinery and equipment, plastics, optical and medical equipment, organic chemicals, and metals. In 2007, China's real GDP growth was over 11%, with a GDP of $3.2 trillion in nominal terms and almost $7 trillion based on purchasing power parity, with per capita GDP at just over $5,000. As for unemployment, the rate is currently at 4% in urban areas of the country, while rural areas are most affected by high unemployment. Inflation at this time stands at 4.8%. In 2007, the foreign district investment inflows were close to $760 billion, with outflows amounting to almost $94 billion. And now let's talk stocks. China has two premier exchanges, the Shanghai Stock Exchange and Shenzhen Stock Exchange. Shanghai's main index is the SSE Composite, while the Shenzhen has two, the Blue Chip Composite and SSE 100. Combined, the total exchange-wide market value of publicly traded shares totals just over $6 trillion. Let's shift over now to politics in the Republic. China's main political force is the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, which registers 8 smaller parties. At this time, the communist state is ruled by Chief of State President Hu Jintao and Chief Executive Premier Wen Jiabao. As for China's legal system, it is based on a civil law system that was derived from Soviet and Continental Civil Code legal principles. In such a system, the legislature interprets statutes with a constitution that is ambiguous on judicial review of legislations. Taking a look now at China's evolving tax structure. The standard rate of corporate income tax is 25% for both Chinese and foreign firms. Many firms and enterprises, however, benefit from preferential rates as they invest in favored sectors. Yet foreign invested companies face termination of lower rates. Time now to look at the top 5 of China's big business companies as they are ranked by market cap. Ranking in at number 1 is PetroChina with a market cap of 3.6 trillion yuan. The company engages primarily in the oil and natural gas industry. At number 2 is the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China with a market cap of 1.4 trillion yuan. The number 3 spot belongs to Sinopec, which engages primarily in petroleum-centered industries. Their market cap stands at 960 billion yuan. At number 4 is another financial services giant, the Bank of China, with a market cap of almost 895 billion yuan. The Bank of China is also the country's oldest banking group. And finally, at number 5 is China Shenhua Energy Company, which engages in all aspects of the coal mining industry. The CSEC's market cap is near 825 billion yuan. So what is to be expected of the People's Republic of China? Well, for the foreseeable future, China's continued efforts to move towards economic growth, towards a more socially and environmentally sustainable path will most likely guide government's policy. Due to weakening net exports, the real GDP growth will moderate to 9.8% in 2008 and down to 9% in 2009. CPI is expected to average 6.5% during 2008, in which inflation should begin to fall mid-year and reach 4.3% in 2009. China's current account surplus of 0.7% should remain substantial for the forecast period due to the huge trade surplus, and eventually fall to 9.3% of GDP in 2008 and 7.6% in 2009. And with that, we conclude our presentation of the People's Republic of China. I'm Luisana Swegard with Markets.com. Again, thank you for joining us. Take care.